What's your stance on China's treatment of Uighur Muslims?
Frankly, I don't know much about that. If I had enough knowledge, I would speak about it.
I do not know the exact situation of this.
I would never talk about it in public.
We talk to them privately. We don't make public statements. We do not talk about things with China in public right now because they're very sensitive. That's how they deal with issues.
Deflection and deceit. Two words that sum up Imran Khan's approach towards the Muslims of China, the millions of people who are suffering state-sponsored persecution and genocide. The story is an old one. Initially, Imran Khan tried to avoid all questions on the topic. He feigned complete ignorance. He said he had no idea what was happening with the Uyghurs in China. Nobody bought the line, even though he was called Im the Dim. He couldn't have been so, well, dim. Then Imran Khan started deflecting the questions, came up with excuses like he knew but not enough to comment. Imagine saying that to journalists, I know but not enough to make a comment. Doesn't work. Then he said that he would never raise the Uyghur issue in public because the Chinese are apparently sensitive people. They are. Well, so are the Pakistanis, it turns out. They've not been very happy with their Prime Minister's betrayal of Chinese Muslims. Public sentiment in Pakistan on the Uyghur persecution is very strong now, and Imran Khan is caught in a bind. He has to find a way to calm both his people and the Chinese. The problem came up with a report, an internal assessment report on Uyghurs, a report of the Pakistani government. It claims to have found, quote-unquote, seething anger against the Chinese regime among Pakistani citizens. It says that the treatment of Uyghurs in Xinjiang in China has impacted religious opinion in Pakistan. A number of Islamic journals across Pakistan have been publishing commentary critical of the Chinese regime. Some of them have found a mention in these assessment reports. In this report, in fact. Let me tell you their names, the names of the journals. Ishraq, Ahle Hadith, Muhaddis, Payam, Al-Burhan, Al-Ihtisam, Usawa Hasana, Tarjumanul Quran. These were some of the journals. There are many more, and they've all been publishing detailed accounts of the plight of Uighur Muslims in China. They describe Xinjiang as a police state. They call the situation technology-based slavery. They say Beijing is trying to enforce the Chinese way of life on the Uyghurs, and that it's trying to systematically bring the Uyghurs to extinction. The stories they carry, let me tell you, are quite detailed. They come with facts and figures on the diminishing population of Uyghurs. They talk about the presence of Chinese officials in Uyghur homes. They cite speeches of religious leaders slamming China, left, right and center. And they raise questions about the silence of the Pakistan government. These stories are published in Urdu, the national language of Pakistan. And so the reach is wide because they are in the vernacular press. And Islamabad is quite worried about all of this. The Orthodox Muslims in Pakistan are a key vote bank of Imran Khan. He cannot upset them. His silence on the plight of Muslims, the assault on Islam in China, can cost him politically. Imran Khan has conveyed these concerns to China. His government has handed his assessment report to the Chinese mission in Islamabad with some recommendations. It is incredible, yes, one rogue nation advising another on how to treat its minorities. Let me list out Pakistan's suggestions to China. 1. Come up with confidence-building measures in Xinjiang. That's Pakistan's advice to China. Advice number 2. Get a quote-unquote better understanding of the religion, Islam. Number 3. Communicate through reliable and mature religious leaders. And 4, do not see the common population of Xinjiang as a collective threat. Such sound advice from Pakistan. Pakistan should give it to itself. Well, what about China? Does it like the recommendations? Its response is a bit of a rap on Pakistan's knuckles. The message was short and clear. Manage negative sentiments domestically. That's what the Chinese mission in Islamabad said to the Pakistan government. I can rephrase it for you. Deal with your mess. China to Pakistan. It said Pakistan's concerns on Uyghurs are taking the shape of emotions. Emotions that could be detrimental to the interest of both countries, emotions that could take a toll on bilateral ties. Simply put, China wants Pakistan to stop being emotional, to focus on business and keep its recommendations to itself. The Chinese, like Imran Khan said, are indeed quite sensitive people.